Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This week it's all about Neely Henry and a little bit about the lake and a little bit about what we used and a little bit about how we finished. So stay tuned, be sure and subscribe and turn on your notification bell. Well guys, just finished up here at Neely Henry Lake in Alabama. This was stop number 6, I think, 7, 6, 7, it doesn't matter. We're over halfway through the season. Today, going into today, I was in 13th place, so a really good position to make a run at a top 10, as been the case at Lake Fork and a couple others this year, sitting in a good position. This place, I've never seen a fishery that has fluctuated water levels as much as this. And I live on the Arkansas River, or close to it. I've never seen anything like this place. We had stable conditions one day of practice. Next day we had a lot of rain. The next day, the river part of the lake was up 4 or 5 feet, and the lake part of the lake, down lake towards the dam, was down 3 to 4 feet low. So they were pulling a lot of water. The water fluctuation was crazy to see it high up here and low down there. Fish were in post spawn mostly. The spotted bass seemed to be feeding up on the main lake, main river channel. The largemouth seemed like the guys caught them better back in the places and in the grass and stuff like that. But I chose to fish what I call post spawn, like current related things, because that first day of the tournament, the whole river system, lake system, whatever you want to call this fishery, was moving really quick. It was, the water was moving everywhere that the river turned or coming out of a creek, smaller creeks and tributaries off of the lake. There was lots of current pushing through there. So I had a few baits that I caught them on this week, and it's pretty interesting to have so many options that actually work this week. But the key players for me were the Booyah XCS square bill. I've got the clear shad color here and chartreuse black back here. This is the 100 series. To me, I think it's just a really good shad imitator. The water was dirty. On both setups, I was throwing the Gamakatsu G Finesse hooks, the medium heavies. That's one of my favorite hooks for cranking and for jerk baits and things like that. 15-pound Seagar and Vizex, throwing them both on 7 3-to-1 TAC 40 reels and the new TAC 40 rods. These are the 7-1 medium heavy crankbait rods. To me, it's a great setup. Got the job done. Like I said, I caught a lot of fish on that. Ended up catching several on the old Bandit 200. It's just a good bait. It's got a kind of a It's good around rock and current, and like I said, I learned how to throw it on the Arkansas River, and it works well here when this water was dirty. And those fish were in those real hard current turns and seams and breaks where they were flowing over points and things like that. So the Bandit got some bites too. The key player for me on day 2 and today, even though I didn't catch but 4 keepers, was the War Eagle spinnerbait. Just throwing a really nice shad color with a little fork tail trailer on there. Wasn't making things too difficult. Throwing that on a 6:6-to-1 gear ratio reel. This is another new TAC 40 from H2O Express. It's the 7-foot, 1-inch medium heavy, the regular medium heavy rod. I think it's a great little spinnerbait rod for pitching it around. 15-pound Seagar and Vizex on that as well. The main key for me was a couple places that I'd found. I found a little offshore spot that I caught a double the first day of the tournament. They were both good ones. That was key. I never caught another fish off that spot all week. I'm not really sure why. It should have been getting better, but it really didn't pan out. But the number one place that I had was a point that was facing up current, and the current was really sweeping across it pretty hard. And the first 2 days of the event, I was able to catch a limit in a dozen casts or fewer. And to be able to do that, set your confidence for the week. and I was able to cull up yesterday with a 3-pounder I caught on the spinnerbait. But today really was a different animal. It really, I hate to say this because it's becoming more normal to me this year, but I don't like not catching them on day 3 when I have the opportunities. And today, again, the fish just ghosted my point. They weren't there. I tried to crank them. I tried the spinnerbait. Tried to drag a little shaky head on there. Just couldn't get the bites. The fish obviously were not there. I don't know if they were feeding on shad and the shad left. I hooked a few shad, so I know there was still some on the point. But when your key things don't work out, you have to make adjustments. And I did finally make the adjustment. I didn't have a keeper at like 10 o'clock. Picked up the spinnerbait, moved down the lake, ended up catching 4 keepers. I did lose a 5th keeper that probably, it wouldn't have made the top 10, but it would have definitely helped me out. You know, when the weights are this close, every ounce is critical, and only having 4 keepers today really hurt. But still a top 48 finish. I'm not sure where I'll end up. The weigh-in was still going on when we left, but it was another good week, another good tournament. I'm not satisfied with it, but I'm happy to make another top 50 and survive another tough tournament. All we've had this year has been challenges, it seems like. Nothing's come easy. So to be able to consistently make those top 50 cuts is a really good thing. So for me, another solid week. Guntersville's coming up shortly. We don't have much time off, so got to regroup. Things will be a little bit different there than they were here on the Tennessee River. That's a big fishery. It's got a lot of options to do there as well. So we'll figure it out. We'll get it together, and hopefully we can have another solid tournament there.